multi-AI agent content creation in n8n. How we transform campaign briefs into platform-optimized content across LinkedIn, X, and blog formats. Automatically tailored to your target audience and ready for deployment in client funnels.
Or if you're a business owner, this is something that you can use yourself to create content at scale. So the issue with content creation, right? Typically content teams or social media marketing agencies, there's a constant pressure to produce platform-specific posts that resonate with different audiences, and each platform demands unique formatting, tone, and engagement strategies, yet the underlying messages remain consistent. Manual content adaptation is time-consuming and inconsistent, and marketing ops teams need a scalable solution that maintains a brand voice while optimizing for each channel's best practice. What we've done is we've created a multi-agent solution where essentially you can put a campaign input where you add the campaign name, subject, and target audience to the content database in a Google Sheet, Airtable, or CRM. Start with Google Sheets, it's easier. We then get a specialized search agent to retrieve current and credible information from multiple sources within your specified timeframe. 3 dedicated agents craft platform-optimized LinkedIn, X posts, and blog content simultaneously. And then last but not least, the database updates. Right? So you did the generated content, populates back into your spreadsheet for review, approval, and deployment into either yourselves, your social media, or your client's social media. So in here, live demonstration, showcasing what this specific workflow will look like and the associated triggers and nodes with it. But as you can see, I'm just going to quickly walk it through. There's the sheets. There's a set of search fields in here. And then in here, we use something called Tavily, which is how you can connect your AI agents to the web for real-time search extraction, research, and web crawling through a single secure API. Pretty cool. Pricing is variable depending on what you're... and then after that, we then search it, we go split it out, we aggregate it, and we send it over to LinkedIn, X, and blog writers, ChatGPT. Again, you can select your model and add your credentials to connect it with it in here, or you can obviously get 100 free OpenAI credits if you claim those credits here. And then afterwards, it'll connect to the Excel spreadsheet down here. Now, you will obviously need to create an Excel spreadsheet and then create the specific JSON associated custom values with each of these. So what is the LinkedIn output? What is the X output? What is the blog output? And the specific row numbers associated with that. Make sure you set this up first, right? The campaign, subject line, and audience within the Excel spreadsheet. And of course, with these 3 simple inputs, the workflow generates you the LinkedIn X post and blog post, each optimized for its platform and audience, right? With LinkedIn posts, typically you want to format this for scannability with emoji, bullets, professional tones, and clear call to actions at the end. X posts, typically tighter and punchier with a core message and core insight, and ends with a compelling CTA if you like. And then last but not least, blog entry posts, typically 2+, 3+, 4+ paragraphs with briefs that's informative and citations ready, structured for easy integration into newsletters, or if you want, GoHighLevel campaigns. So how does the workflow work? I just went over it really quickly, but I'll go over it again. Workflow begins with a content creation database, so typically Google Sheets. Each row contains 3 critical fields that drive the entire pipeline. So campaign name for tracking, subject for research focus, and target audience for tone and messaging adaptation. The get campaign node reads this row data and initiates the multi-agent process for production deployment. This becomes a trigger that fires automatically when new campaigns are added, enabling true hands-off content generation at scale, right? So this goes to this, very simply, very simply put, which then searches the internet, which then spits it out, aggregates it, and then sends it over to the 3 content specific, 3 social media post specific AI bots. Yeah. Manual testing versus active triggers, right? So you can have 2 modes. You have the development mode, which allows manual step-by-step execution, which allows you to inspect the data transformation at each node. This debugging approach reveals exactly how campaign parameters flow through the system and how agents process research into final outputs. And if you're running limited tests, test items provide visibility into prompt behavior and API responses and content quality before scaling to production volume, right? I would test it out for yourself, or if you're an agency, 1 client first. And if you're finding that it performs relatively well, then you can start scaling them up to multiple clients or increase the volume of content created, right? Production pro mode. So the sheet triggers automation, eliminates manual intervention. When your team adds a campaign row, the workflow executes automatically within minutes, and this operational mode transforms the system into a content engine that scales with your campaign volume. Right. So as soon as you add a new sheet, basically you can set it up to immediately start generating it, as opposed to doing the manual step by step. So here are some research parameters for configuration, right? You want to have a recency window. Define how current your research needs to be. Is it the last 24 hours for breaking news, or the last week for trends or broader windows for evergreen topics? Source type, right? Are you filtering between news articles, industry publications, research papers, or mix sources based on content credibility? Domain filtering, right? Are you allowing lists or blocking lists specific to citations that are more credible than others? And then result quantity, right? How many articles do you feed the agent? And from more obviously the more sources provide richer context, but increasing processing time, API costs, and so forth. Cool. AI-powered search integrations. Again, the research step calls a specialized search API designed for LLM augmentation. As I mentioned, this was up here, Tavily, right? I'm sure there are many other specific API designed for LLM augmentations on the internet, but this is one that we've been using. Unlike traditional search APIs that return web snippets, this returns article contents, titles, URLs, and publish dates in structured JSON optimized for agent consumption. And this API reduces hallucination by providing clean, factual source material that agents can cite accurately. And obviously that credibility is crucial when you're making content specifically on all these social media platforms that really test your accuracy. So data retrieval and processing, the API response structure. So the HTTP node sends your query parameters and returns multiple articles with URL, raw content, titles, and timestamps. Setting the search to news ensures real-time accuracy for timely social media posts. Right. Again, as well as that, there's a content normalization. So raw articles data includes navigation elements, ads, formatting that confuses LLM. So the workflow strips relevant elements while preserving headline data, dates, and main content. Yeah. So here, basically this finds a bunch of stuff. This splits it out from what's relevant, and then this aggregates it in a way in which these guys can understand. So, and then last but not least, again, we have those agents. So the LinkedIn agent, X agent, and blog agent. You can ask it specifically to the style in which you want to write it. So LinkedIn posts typically longer, X posts shorter, and blog posts we have it at two paragraphs, but you can obviously increase it as well. Here are the agent-specific prompts. Again, you can engineer this yourself, however you like it to be. We have tie hooks in the first 2 lines, headline plus 2 paragraphs with 2 actionable tactics, and then conversational expert post with 3 emoji bullets. You don't have to include emojis if you don't want. You can just have it text-based. Model selection and costs for performance. You can use a variety of GPTs. This is just an example of us using GPT 4.0 mini balance, right? Where you can essentially balance the cost, speed, and output quality from multiple agent operations. The live analysis over here, but essentially, right, if you wanted to, a LinkedIn example of this could be elevating your small business with plant-based innovations, opens with relevance using emojis. X example would be, hey, small business owners, are you ready to harness POS data? And then the blog post is obviously paragraph based. Once you're done, once it's generated, you want to go back to the Excel spreadsheet. You want to review this before publishing it, right? You want to make sure the campaign is matching, and you want to audit trail. So all generated content persists in your database for compliance. You can do A/B testing to analyze and obviously content library building, like build up your library of content by doing so. All right. Again, live execution, our editor will add this in here.
I'm Stephanie, an AI voice assistant from GoHighLevel University AI. I'm here to demonstrate how our voice assistant capabilities can help your business handle customer calls, book appointments, and so much more. To get started and personalize this demo for you, what's the name of your business?
Hey, it's Daily HVACs.
Great. Daily HVACs. I love it. Thanks for sharing that. Can you tell me a little about your business so I can personalize this demo? For example, what services do you typically offer, and what does a typical customer call look like for you?
Yeah, we got people inquiring about our services. We do typical HVAC services. We're just very busy on the weekend, and we can't really take many calls.
Perfect. That makes total sense. HVAC is definitely a busy industry, especially on weekends when people need emergency repairs or seasonal tune-ups. So you're getting a lot of inbound calls that you're missing because your team is swamped. That's exactly what we can help with. Awesome. Thanks for sharing that info. This is a basic demo designed to show how our AI handles inbound calls for your business and books appointments. I can also handle outbound calls, two-way texting, Facebook and Instagram direct messages. There would be much more customization for your specific business, but let's dive in so you can see how your voice assistant could handle calls you might normally miss or need staff to take. I'm going to start the demo now, and I'll tell you when it's over. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Perfect. Here we go. Hello, and thank you for calling Daily HVACs. I'm Stephanie, Daily HVACs AI voice assistant. You can speak to me just like you would the team here. How can I help you today?
Yeah, I just want to learn more about your services.
Great question. We offer a full range of HVAC services, everything from routine maintenance and inspections to emergency repairs, system replacements, and seasonal tune-ups to keep your system running smoothly. To point you in the right direction, are you calling about a specific issue you're experiencing right now, or are you looking to schedule preventative maintenance?
Yeah, what's your price?
That's a fair question. Our pricing really depends on the specific service you need, whether it's a simple maintenance visit, a repair, or a full system replacement. Each job is a bit different. What I can do is get some details about what you're dealing with, and then one of our technicians can give you an accurate quote when we schedule your appointment. So are you experiencing an issue with your system right now, or is this...
Pretty good.
And then here's a couple more cool ideas. Once you have the basis and an idea of how this works, you can even add some cooler, I think, automations on the front end or in the actual n8n flow. So conversational AI front end, where you can add a chat UI that writes a campaign row through conversation. Right? So you can talk to an agent. The agent will write what you want the campaign to look like, and then it will automatically enable that flow. Direct publishing. So we have this in a later video where you can essentially connect outputs to a schedule tool or platform APIs for automatic posting. Pretty cool. Visual asset generation. So you can even have call image APIs to produce platform appropriate visuals and attach URLs. So social schedulers can pull complete content packages. Integrate this into GoHighLevel. It's an option. Again, you can publish blog content to your site and trigger email sequences that capture and nurture leads from organic traffic driven by these posts. And then behavioral routing. You can apply different prompts based on funnel stage or route premium campaigns. Implementation resources. So I'm going to make this a bit smaller so you can see. You need the workflow templates. We have obviously coaching and support if you do require any help with these build-outs. Or if you want us to do these build-outs, you can feel free to take a look somewhere in the link in the description. We can help go into your business and build this out for you. Or you can simply jump on our coaching course and we can walk through these specific workflows if you'd like. And yeah, that is it. So hope this was helpful. Hope this makes sense. Download the templates, play around with it, utilize it, and let me know what crazy stuff you get up to with it. Thank you very much for watching.